All right, everyone. This is Avi Harkishin from AH Charts. Let's analyze some charts now. I'm going to start with SPY. I like to start with the indexes because every other ticker seems to follow the indexes, what they're doing, or the indexes just follow what a group of tickers does, I think, do. Yeah, whatever the case is. If you're hearing if you're hearing a baby in the background, that's my daughter. She's all making noise in the evening. She hates sleeping early. So yeah, that's my daughter. Um, yeah, so here's Spy. Um, let me pull this over for a moment. Let's look at my Discord. So yesterday, last night when I posted Spy, I posted this chart and I said I expect Spy to come back up somewhere around this 115 and get sold off. I'm like, if it gets sold off, it's probably gonna sell off maybe for the first half of the day, and it'll come back down somewhere within this range of 590 to 586. That's what I expected. That's the plan. The plan was if you see Spice start having some resistance up here, which it will, is going to sell off within like this Wyckoff and ABC, which is Elliott Wave as well, and has come back down within this range, which was the bottom of about 586. And I said if it start missing this 586 level right here, is going to come down and fill this entire daily gap. If it misses this daily gap, it's going to come down. So we're trading with levels. You got to watch to see what the price action is doing. Um, what I did say is that there's a possible retest of this 590. And if it comes down within this range and it rejects that 590 and never reclaimed that 590, it's going to keep dropping. And that's what happens. So we cannot trade with certainties. We're trading with probabilities and levels, what we think is going to happen using Elliott waves, Fibonacci's, and certain levels like demand zones and so forth. So this is what this is what the chart looks like. At least even if you shorted this and you didn't get the whole profit all the way down, you made a decent chunk of change just shorting this, just following the chart. Now let's look at what SPY is doing now. Let's see what's happening. So this is SPY. It was in an uptrend. It broke below that uptrend and it began to sort of consolidating at the top here, which looks like a distribution kind of a thing. I was talking to my team today at the Discord. For anybody who's listening to this video that's not part of the Discord, and I was telling to pay attention to this pattern, which looks like a Wyckoff distribution pattern, and we saw it play out today in Coin as well, as we were looking at it in real time, as we had a live stream call. So it broke out of this, then it created that rising wedge, and as it did that, let me just remove this for a moment. Let me just clear this up for a sec. Okay. And then you have that rising wedge, which is usually a bearish pattern. And as you have that rising wedge, it touched like 3 times, and it came down. And then this part right here, this level, began to act as a resistance level, that 599, 601, 603. So now we know that's a resistance level. So every time price goes back up here, we kind of know that it's most likely going to get rejected. So yesterday we had a decent day. Friday we had a little decent day. We pushed up a little bit on decent volume. So that was something where we're expecting the price to hold 590, and I wanted the price to hold 590 if we were to continue upwards. But what I did say, if the price cannot hold 590, we're most likely going to get rejected here. I was expecting the price to go back up here, as I said, around that 599 area, and get rejected back down to that 590, all the way down to that 584 area, and probably push back up within here. But we came down at the bottom of this trend line at the bottom here. So now what I think is going to happen, or what I think could happen, this is some pretty decent volume coming in above average. This is a bearish engulfing candle. So the only thing left for you to think of is that the next day is going to be bearish because it's a bearish engulfing candle. And you're trading below the daily gap. You're trading below the retest at 590, which is already 2 confluences that you're looking at that's acting against you thinking you're gonna have an uptrend. So that's two things against you right there. The only thing you have going for you right now is you're hoping for this trend to hold and the price move back up, which you're gonna need some decent volume to do that. So looking at this right here, I have a retest at the bottom here at 565. Then you have the 200-day EMA. Based on the volume that I'm looking at, and if you pay attention to the volume, what's going on here on this sell-off, give me a sec. Okay. Based upon the volume that you're seeing here, this is an increasing volume you're seeing on this sell-off. Pretty sizable volume. You only have this one day, which is on Friday, but it didn't held. The price never stick below 590. So now you gotta like recalibrate again and see what's gonna happen with the chart. But this is a huge resistance level. This looks like a distribution pattern, and it's in a rising wedge. So you have a lot of bearishness going on here, so you have to keep that in mind. So going into the rest of the week, it's possible that you see this rejection here. You see us breaking this level. And if we break that level, which is this line right here, you're probably going to come back down. That's about a 3.15% drop. You could come back down around the 170 something. Let me use a fib level and see what that looks like on a fib chart. Just give me a second. Let me see. Hold on a moment. I'm gonna go over to the 1 hour time frame. It's a bit more clear. So yeah, see this right here. This level. So the 1 hour, pretty decent volume came in trying to push the price up. So you have to hold this if you want to see upside. You have to reclaim 590 if you want to see upside. And you don't want to come back below 590. So you want to hold this tomorrow. If not, you're going to see something like this play out. I think I have it somewhere here. No, I don't have it here. I'll probably just redraw it again. It came back, it bounced off at a 1 fib level. If not, you're going to see this target gets hit the rest of the week. Somewhere within this range, all the way down this range, realistically speaking. That's where it's heading into right now. Anywhere between, once it drops below the 580, this range, the moment it breaks this, so watch for that tomorrow. If it's pushing up, now what I want you to look for, let's just say in the morning, we're pushing up, right? And we're gonna use fibs again here. So anyways, if it breaks below this trend line or breaks below 580, 580 is like the invalidation if it breaks below 580, or 579.92 to be exact. Let me put this line, let me put this here so you know that level. That's your level right there. I'm gonna put that as red. If it breaks 579.90, it's coming down, and it's coming down between the level of 570 to 565 most likely, because that's where the extension is, and that's what's going to happen if it comes back down. Now let me delete this. Now if you see it begin to push back up, let's use our fib retracement tool. So you'll see something probably like this. It's going to push back up, and it's most likely going to get rejected off of that 588 and 0.618, which is that, what is that, like 590, 588, 590. So you get rejected right within this zone over here. And if you get rejected there, around that area, See right there? You're probably gonna break below here and come back down to that 571, 570, which we're talking about again. So this 570 level, 571, 570 level is a level to pay attention to, because the moment we break below yesterday's low, which is, or today's low, depending when you're watching the video, Monday's low, let's just say Monday, March 3rd of 579.90, you're gonna come down and you're gonna re-enter this zone right here. Now, this looks decent the way it's pushing up, but you can't trust it. So you gotta look. If you see markets pushing up in the morning or gapping up or anything like that, me and the team had a conversation. Be careful of those gap ups. Look at the volume on the gap ups. Look at the gaps. It's gonna come back down and fill that gap at some point. So be patient. Don't chase the trade. Wait for the trade to come to you. It is most likely gonna come back down. And if it fills that gap and it drops below that gap and get rejected by that gap, it's dropping within this box right here. So that's my thesis on SPY. You can see SPY do something like this. This is an ABC in a way. Come back down over here with a larger A. Yeah, hopefully that was helpful. That's all I got for tonight for SPY.